What's up, guys? Michael here with my first Trades of the Week video for January 2021. It was a crazy week to start off the year, and I'll be going over some of my biggest wins and losses each day. I was trading pre-market and midday top gainers, some stocks that caught huge momentum off of breaking news, as well as looking for exits on a half a dozen swing trades that I carried over from December 2020. I also had one of the busiest days ever, trading almost non-stop to finish off the week, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video to check out that insanity. Please hit the like button if you enjoy this video, and subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to see more in the future. Here we go. The week might have started off a bit quiet, but it sure didn't end that way. But as for Monday, I was just managing the swing trades I had from December and looking for opportunities to take profits on them. I was holding Avenger, AVGR, at a cost average of $46.50. I had orders set and sold in the pre-market at 51 cents and 57 cents for 10% and 20% respectively. Honestly, I was happy to get that because this one had burned me a couple times already, so it was good to make back some of my money. It did jump up a bit here to 75 cents before dropping back down to where I sold it and chopping around during the middle of the week before running into Friday and hitting $1 before the weekend. I'll keep watching it though because it is forming this nice flag pattern and it could be consolidating for another move higher next week. We'll see, I guess. Another one of my swing trades from December was Tough Built Industries, TBLT. I bought in here on December 30th at $78.50 when it dipped into this support area and started to recover. I've traded this one a lot in the past because it's a great buy anytime it's under 80 cents for a swing up to 90 cents or $1. You can see on the chart that it likes to pop up in the after hours or pre-market, so I had my limit sell orders in place and active outside of regular trading hours. I decided to take some profits on it when I noticed it start to move here on Tuesday. I changed my limit order for my first profit target to a trailing stop order because I couldn't watch it very closely while I was at work and figured if it broke through 90 cents with enough momentum before retracing, I'd make a bit more profit, which is always nice. It only popped to 93 cents here though before it dropped, triggering my stop order at my original profit target of 90 cents for a 14% win on about half my shares, which isn't too bad. I held on to the rest of my position to see if it would make a run for $1 by the end of the week. My second sale on Tuesday was on Digital Ally, DGLY. This is another favorite of mine, and I bought in here on December 29th at $2.45 when the price dipped but recovered nicely here. I almost got stopped out here when it dropped to $2.21, which was just a penny above my stop loss. I try to structure my trades around a 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 risk to reward plan. So I was looking at this $2.75 area, as well as I noticed that it broke the $3 range here back in November. I jumped my sell orders around a bit when it started to move here on Monday, but then settled on taking profits on 2/3 of my position during the breakout of $2.74 into the close on Tuesday for an 11.4% gain, which is not too shabby. This company makes dashboard and body-worn cameras that are becoming a big requirement for law enforcement, so there definitely seemed to be some anticipation about the political event that was happening the next day, and with that catalyst in mind, I held on to the rest of my shares, looking for a break of the $3 by the end of the week. I also had the inclination to try a day trade on JAGX, and that one didn't work out too well for me. I bought in here at $2.20 after it recovered from this dip to $1.89, near the pre-market low, but that recovery was short-lived and it just bled out the rest of the day, stopping me out at $1.90 into the close. So I gave back most of my profits from the sales of the other two partial positions. However, I was still slightly green at the end of the day and still had the rest of those positions that were looking promising into Wednesday. Just like sometimes it feels like a stock can have it out for you, sometimes there seems to be a real element of luck in certain trades. And with my trade in NMTR, it definitely felt like I had a bit of luck on my side. I literally just picked it off the pre-market top gainers list while I was having my morning coffee and placed an order in at $1.25 as I was heading out the door to go to work. I didn't even really look at it again until 3.5 hours later when I saw that it had run up 35%. I quickly switched out my bracket order with a trailing stop order to automate my profit taking. It only went slightly higher to $1.77, before dropping and triggering my order at $1.67 for a 32.5% profit, which wildly enough was a perfect 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. What a trade! I sold the remaining 1/3 of my position in Digital Ally after it rocketed higher when news broke about the intense social political situation that was occurring south of the border. I sold into this initial rip here at 311 for a 20% gain and then rebought here at 355 when it retraced a bit and sold for another 9% gain at 388 when it popped above the top of this candle near the end of the day. I must have had a bit of luck left over from the NMTR trade because DGLY announced news of pricing a potential offering for more stock and the price dumped 25% in the after hours that night. I also took another shot at JAGX when I saw the same setup here and I bought in at 215 thinking it would maybe bounce off the pre-market high, but it didn't, and I took another loss on this stock when it broke 190 into the close for the second day in a row. Fool me twice, right? At least this time it didn't sting as bad after the two big wins on NMTR and DGLY. I must not have learned my lesson though, because I bought JAGX again on Thursday at 215 around 10 o'clock, but when it started moving I didn't really want to give it any room to drop, so I had a trailing stop order and got triggered out when it dropped to 224 like 10 minutes later. Oh well, I made 4% in 10 minutes and got a little bit of revenge on this stock. It definitely got the last laugh though when it continued to run to a high of 295 on Thursday and through the after hours in pre-market and hitting a high of 247 on Friday. By the time I saw this jump, I figured it was already too far gone and I was involved in other things at that point, so unfortunately this one got away on me. I also took a shot at CNET, which was another of the pre-market top gainers for the day. I bought in at 197 on a break of the high of this morning candle on its way to the 78.6 Fibonacci level around $2. I didn't get the breakout I was looking for above the pre-market high of 215 and I got stopped out at 178 when it broke below the 38.2 Fib level. I'll do a video in the future on Fibonacci retracement. It's a super handy tool for trading top gainers and finding potential buy and sell levels. The trade of the day for me on Thursday was definitely UAVS, a swing I'd been holding from back in December. They're a drone company that apparently has a pending delivery contract with a major e-commerce company. Anyway, the stock saw a huge jump headed into Power Hour when the company caught a mention on Fox News. I sold half of my position into that initial run at $7.11 or about 14% profit. But I was able to practice a little more patience with the rest, holding out for a $2 per share gain at $8.45 or about 31% profit at the end of the day. After those gains, I didn't even mind that it went higher in the after hours or in the pre-market on Friday, and definitely not when it retraced during Friday's session. Definitely might be one to keep an eye on next week. Friday was an intense day for me. I was off work, so I was able to put in a full day of trading. I was fired up after the few nice wins I'd had during the week, and I wanted to finish strong. I certainly feel like I accomplished that, even though my profits at the end of the day were only slightly above break-even. I put through a total of 41 transactions on 16 different stocks throughout the day, so I'm not going to be covering them all. But to summarize the day, I had a stock that I bought in the pre-market gap down on me into the open, triggering my stop losses and starting the day off for me in the red, which is never fun. However, I did have the last of the swing trades from December that I planned to cash out of before the end of the week, and they were all trading in the green to start off the day, so at least I had that going for me. I also traded some stocks between $20 and $30, which is the upper price range of what I usually like to play. So I'll just give you guys the highlights of the day and then wrap this video up. So this is the one that sucked. I bought in here at 398 off the 38.2% Fibonacci level as it was attempting to break above the high of this candle back here. It wasn't able to do it and it broke the pre-market low into the open and cashed me out at $3.50 for almost a 50-cent per share or 14% loss. Needless to say, I was a bit ticked to start the day like that. This is Ocean Power Tech, OPTT, one of my last swings from December. My cost average was 275, and I noticed it starting to fade here into the open, so I decided to protect my gains and sold at $3.05 for a 10.5% profit. I was looking for it to hit 325. It was my original profit target, and it came close in the pre-market here at 317. However, it was coming down and I needed to start digging myself out of the hole that I was in. I also decided to cash out of the rest of my shares in TBLT for another 15% gain at 90 cents, which is the same price I sold for on Tuesday. It did end up going a little bit higher to 94 cents, but I took my money and moved on. I took another hit on CNET as well. I was in here at 395, thinking it might break above 4 on this reversal, but that didn't happen until after it stopped me out at 365 when it broke the bottom of this reversal candle here. That added some more red to my P&L for the day, but I was also starting to claw my way back. I had a bunch of other small wins and losses, but I was really trying to stay disciplined, take my stop losses, keep my losses small, while also giving the trades that were working a chance to make something happen. And then, one of those trades really started to pay off. Around the middle of the day, I noticed LM funding shoot to number 1 on the top gainers list. I drew the Fibonacci retracement and tried to buy in here at 120 off the 61.8 level, but was only able to get in here at 134 off the 78.6 level. I raised my stop a bit too early and got cashed out here for a small win at 148 or 10%. I bought in a second time at 154 and then added more here at 179 before selling half at 185 and finally 195 at the 161.8% Fibonacci extension level. This stock ended up ripping higher into the close as well as through the after hours, but after finally getting back into the green, I had no desire to chase it any further. With the profits I made on LMFA, along with all the other small wins throughout the day, I was able to trade my way from being deep in the red to closing the day in the green and being able to protect all my gains from earlier in the week. The sense of accomplishment was great when I considered the progress I made as well as the commissions involved in one of the busiest trading days I've ever had. I don't usually take anywhere near that many trades in a day. Alright guys, that's it for this Trades of the Week video. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell if you'd like YouTube to let you know when I come out with my next video. Till then, take it easy guys. Bye-bye.